Video can go far, especially if you're putting any video content on YouTube. That is not a flash in the pan. That is like growing, a seed. You're planting a seed, you're watching it grow over time.
This is the Succeeding Small podcast, and we are on a mission to turn your entrepreneurial dream into a small business success story. We give you the strategies and insights from business owners and topic experts who are invested in your success. Leadership, operations, finance, marketing, growth. These are all topics we need to know as service-based businesses as we scale to the next level. Consider this your masterclass for small business success. Get ready for tactical business strategy and authentic conversations about scaling and entrepreneurship. We tackle it all to help you achieve your business's full potential. Ready to be challenged and inspired? Let's succeed small. Hi, Chris. I am so excited for this episode. This has been a long time coming, and I have gotten, let me tell you, so many requests to talk about the concept of video on this podcast. It's something that is such a top of mind, but very, very intimidating aspect for a lot of small
Mhm.
businesses doing their marketing, outsourcing, being able to go and promote their business. And I think what a lot of businesses end up struggling with is making video do the thing they want them to do. So I'm so excited to bring you on. You're a local videographer in my local area. So I'm so happy to know you and get to learn from you. We've talked a lot about storytelling and just how powerful video can be when it's done
Oh, yeah.
properly. So thank you so much for being on today.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I hope I can bring some good wisdom and enlighten some people out there with their video content struggles.
Yeah. So please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do and what expertise you bring to the table with this.
My name is Chris Lawler. I am a videographer based out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, and I like to tell stories for brands and businesses. And the art of storytelling can sometimes get lost in our short term content machine that a lot of people make. And it doesn't mean that there's not a place for that. But most businesses, especially business owners that I meet with, the viral TikTok video isn't going to be the thing that solves all their problems. And I cannot tell you how many times I walk into a business and they go, "Oh, yeah, well, we just do these little dancing TikToks and we get all these views." And I'm like, "Great. How's your conversion?" Because if you're not really focused on your conversion and what video can do for that, then you're kind of missing out on the whole point of what we're doing with video content to drive traffic. I just kind of opened my eyes to how this can work in a marketing aspect and have just made it my life's mission to make sure that I am helping business owners and educating and informing business owners on what they should be doing. When I meet business owners, they have usually already hired a videographer or done video work themselves. And then they're struggling with understanding why they didn't see a return on that investment. So I want to make sure that business owners are not only informed, but that when I work with them, they are getting that conversion rate that leads to a good return on their investment with working with me. So I'm an investment, not an expense. I obviously would love to help educate and inform people on what they're maybe missing out on or not even understanding on what they should be focusing on with their video content strategy.
Awesome. I love that. Yes.
We want to take people on an emotional journey. You take them from the starting point where there's a problem, you're following these characters, all the way to the end, the final conclusion of what's going on. Not too dissimilar on the marketing side. You've got a client, you can explain to them the transformation they're going to experience by working with you. Because shopping is selfish. People do not go online thinking about Bill, the owner. They go online thinking about what is this 50 bucks I'm about to spend going to get me out of this. So your narrative, your storytelling, whether it's one video or your entire content strategy, should still be following those beats. Are you someone that's dealing with this, stuck experiencing this one thing, and you want this one result out of it? Well, guess what? I'm the solution for that. And that's the kind of marketing narrative that should be happening. It doesn't have to be long form. It doesn't have to be short form. It needs to be exactly the length that you need to take to tell your story. A financial advisor may have a way longer video piece of content to explain what that transformation is going to be as compared to someone that might be selling some basic skincare products. that might be just a little bit easier to move along, and it's a lower asking price point, right? It's a lot easier to meet someone and ask them for 10 bucks for this cool solution, and it's another thing for someone that asks $10,000 for a solution. You're going to have to warm those people up a little bit more and tell them that transformation. So that's where I see narrative helping, especially with video content nowadays. People are always consuming it that way. It's easier to consume that. A lot of people don't want to take time to read things. They don't want to click 9 things to go into this deep web funnel. They want to be told exactly right then and there what they're going to expect at the end of this. What is the end goal, end result that we're going to see if we work together? So having that narrative, having that story, understanding your audience and your offer and your message, those are my pillars that I always go back to.
I love that. I want to dive deeper into those three aspects, but
Oh
can
no.
you just summarize what are those narrative building blocks? What are those kind of that kind of hero's journey? I love the concept of the hero's journey. I love the book Building a Story Brand, which really taps into the concept of bridging the gap between marketing and storytelling. It's a very parallel journey. But if you were to summarize, like these are the things that you should include in a type of narrative video,
Mhm.
what would those be?
Well, I'm going to go back to those 3 things, and then I'll answer your question. But I'm
Okay,
going to tell you a
sounds
story
good.
first. No, but knowing who your audience is will help you define how to speak to them. So knowing who your target audience is one of the first stepping stones you've got to understand. When I meet some business owners, they're like, "Oh, we sell everything to everyone." Are you sure about that? Are you sure your demographic is 12 and under kids? Oh, no, we don't sell to kids. Okay, so now we're understanding that who we need to be talking to. So the more you can niche down on your audience, the more detailed and specific your message can be. But knowing your audience is step one. And you'd be surprised how many business owners don't really have the clarification on just who they're selling to.
You should never have to guess when it comes to your customers. Our buyer persona guide is here to help you get clear on your dream clients' wants and needs and keep all that important info in one spot. It's like having a cheat sheet for your marketing. No more random guesses, just real insights that make your day to day a whole lot smoother. Check it out at succeedingsmall.co/, buyer persona and let us know what you think.
I had this conversation today in a sales meeting. I was talking with the business owner and they were like, I have all these ideas, but I don't really know how to execute. That's because they haven't laid out that path work. They're not even really sure what they're offering and selling. And then they're mainly just locked in. How do I film this? I see so much content. I want mine to look like that. Well, reverse engineering, breaking it down in that pre-production. And then the great thing is it's going to get easier over time, but make sure you focus on your offer, your message. Script out 30 things. Make all 30 of them in one sitting, batching your content together. And then you can decide this one's not as good, this one's not as good. And then maybe you back up to maybe only 15 quality videos. But instead of just thinking on the whim, hey, I'm going to grab my camera or my phone and I'm going to whip it out and I'm going to just go ahead and make this quick video. And then you put it all together and then there's no message, there's no offer. It's just kind of a video to be a video. That it can be good and bad. I mean, once again, you're still putting out content, but thinking that through, like what is the end result you want someone to take away from that? So even if you're filming yourself, sitting down, once again, like we were talking about with ChatGPT, hash out those ideas. And before you know it, you could be scripting some simple things that you could say either on camera or with voiceover, or guys, there's even AI voiceover now. As a voiceover artist, I don't really want to tell you that, but 11 Labs is pretty good now. And so you can actually type in your script and have an AI voiceover put that together. And then before you know it, you're just slapping that onto some basic video content you might have shot, maybe of a end result of something like that. And it could just be like, we were able to show up and give this person exactly what they wanted. Now they're really happy. And that's what makes us happy, helping people be happy, right? It can be a simple message like that. Telling a customer journey could be a video concept idea, but making sure that you just take the time to put the pre-production. And also keep in mind, your first video is probably going to suck, especially if you do it on your own. And that's just me being blunt with it. Even my first video for my YouTube channel is terrible. I don't go back and watch it. I don't share it with anybody, but we got way better over time, especially understanding our audience, our voice, and what we wanted to be doing. Just keep that in mind. Don't get frustrated because the first one's not coming together the way you want it to. Work on it. It's better to actually make a video and watch it, analyze it, write down all the things you want to fix, and then make it again. and you're going to see how much faster that process goes. But
Mhm.
if you do work with a videographer, and I'm going to speak kind of selfishly here, make sure that they actually care about your business and the end result. There are so many business owners that I meet that have already hired a videographer, spent, 1,000, 2,000, sometimes even $5,000 on video. And then I was like, great. Did they care about where this was going to go and what platform this was going to be on? No, they didn't ask any of those questions. Okay. So then what did you do with the video? Oh, we put it on our Facebook page. How many followers do you have? Oh, we've got 44 followers. And most of them are family and friends that are in a totally another state that just followed us on Facebook because we asked them to. And that's just a waste of money. So I'm speaking selfishly, please stop hiring those guys, because then I'm the one that comes in afterwards and has to clean that all up and start over and build trust with someone, even though I didn't break that trust in the first part. So just be cautious, because there are videographers that are out there to just charge an astronomical fee and make a pretty video and leave. I want to work with clients. I want to see growth. I want to see conversion rates happening. And I want to be the marketing guy that they work with for years. That's what I want to see. Look for a videographer that talks like that, is passionate about your success as well.
Nice. Let's talk about what to actually do with video. You mentioned a couple little pieces of some mistakes that you've seen made of being able to post on Facebook, and that's it. That's the only time that that video is ever used to that tiny little audience. So, what are the ways that you can use video? How far can it go? And how long should you spend in that promotional process journey? Because I think a lot of mistakes
Mm.
that small businesses make is they put 80% of their effort and time into producing the video, and probably about 20% of the time marketing it, if that, and then just kind of let it fizzle and never really touch it again. So, what are the applications of video? How far can it go?
Video can go far, especially if you're putting any video content on YouTube. That is not a flash in the pan. That is like growing, a seed. You're planting a seed, you're watching it grow over time. You do sometimes hit success on YouTube videos, but the great thing about YouTube, and this is the thing that blows my mind the most when I tell people about YouTube, they're like, really? Why? We don't have a YouTube channel. I'm like, yeah, but it's owned by Google. And it actually encourages you to put Google SEO keywords on that video on YouTube, because they've found a way to monetize YouTube. So they would actually much rather send someone searching to YouTube to watch a video, because then there's ad revenue behind that for them, rather than just sending you to your Google business page. Videos actually are more likely to pop up, especially when you are tying them right into your business. I'm going to go back to one of my barbershop clients. Same thing. Hey, man, let's take some of the video content we've been making. Let's put it on YouTube. Why YouTube? And within 2 weeks, he was like, we're getting subscribers and those videos are getting views. And I was like, yeah. And guess what? In the description is all of your information, your website, your phone number, everything is right there. So they're searching barbershops near me, and this video is popping up rather than just Google profiles. So that is one of the strongest places. Any business owner, brick and mortar, service industry, anything should start producing and publishing to that. But then once again, you want to make sure that you're going to any platform where your clients are. If you sell high ticket items and you're a business coach, you should be on LinkedIn all day long, talking about it, giving value. LinkedIn's a little bit harder, but if you're selling high ticket items, you have to have less conversion. So that is a great platform for that. If you are a brick and mortar shop and you're selling to the masses in your region, like I already said, YouTube, but your Google business profile as well. You can be posting photos and videos and events right there. Most people are overlooking their Google business profile, and it is free. It is right there at your fingertips, and you can be posting way more to it. And then that's driven more by SEO and is more searchable. Then you've got the Facebook, which I do believe is one of the strongest platforms still out there for business owners, but it can't be your end all be all. And once again, you need to be making sure that you're talking about value rather than just here's my discounts. Give someone a reason to like and follow your page, not to, I can't be on this anymore because all I see is a discount and all they want me to do is shop and buy things. What if you could start adding value to that? Like I was meeting with a skincare consultant today, and I was like, what if you just started talking about the value and the things that they are going to get, the end results, rather than just your product or your services? And the way that her face lit up was like, oh, you haven't thought about that yet. Okay. That is what you need to focus on from now on. That's across all platforms. Now, I'm a little sour on TikTok, but that's only because there's a certain demographic that's on there and they require certain types of videos. And there's not as good of a conversion rate from that. Now, if you're an influencer, knock yourself out. But I don't meet with influencers. So that's not my area of expertise. And then Instagram is totally a viable platform. It's owned by Facebook. There is no reason if you have a Facebook page, you shouldn't have an Instagram profile. And then we can go into some of the smaller ones like Pinterest, but those are less and less. They're not as searchable. So you want to start with the big boys first because 75% of searches are happening on Google already. So your Google business profile and your YouTube page should be a number one thing that you should be signing up for today. And both of them are free.
I love that. Yes. And I love the concept of being able to start with that YouTube video, but then being able to multi-purpose that video, that one piece of content that you were able to create and put it on all of the other platforms. So I think that can really, that's another big intimidation feature of video creation is like, oh my gosh, I have to do the TikTok dance. I have to upload the YouTube video. I have to make all of these videos for all of these platforms. No, you don't.
No,
You
make
can
one
make a
video.
really solid video that goes to the core of your target audience's problem, that tells a story, that is able to capture your brand and connect to your message of what you want people to actually end up doing. And that type of video can go everywhere.
It can. And don't forget, this is one thing I see even more so is I made a video once and I posted it once, so I should never share it again. Share it a year from then. I can't believe a year ago we were doing this thing. Hey, we might as well bring it back. And now you've just repurposed a video content and gotten even more eyeballs on it. So just because you made it once, posted it once, doesn't mean you shouldn't talk it up, repurpose it. I mean, you can even use a snippet of that to make a new video. So just repurposing is definitely at your advantage because then it's less work. You know, you've already got the content, you already filmed it. Tell another story and use the same footage. There's nothing wrong with that. People think, oh, well, people already saw that. Yeah, but how many views did you get? 84? I think it's going to be safe to say you can repost that and you might be able to hit a bigger audience because you've grown since the last time you posted that. So don't hesitate to repurpose some of your content. I'm going to say it again. Don't hesitate to repurpose some of your content.
I love that. Chris, is there anything that I did not ask you that you think is really important for scaling service-based businesses to know regarding video?
It's not going to be a flip of the switch. Do not hire someone and fire them a month later. You have to give things more time, especially when you've got a smaller ad budget. Because $500 may seem big to your bank account, but it's really a drop in the bucket when it comes to running ads online. And it takes time to not only study the analytics, but also the platforms you advertise on are also learning as well. So they're actually going to get stronger and better the more that you focus on your analytics. So I'm not going to teach you guys all analytics because that's a whole hour-long course, and I'm not even the best person to talk about it. But there are conversion numbers you should be focusing on. And if something's underperforming, kill it. If something's overperforming and doing great, find out why. Make more of that content. Run ads again, even while that one's running strong. Don't wait for things to die. Constantly be reinventing and trying new things. Shelf lives for advertising nowadays are very short. But I have seen it where people have worked really hard on their ad content and were able to run the same ad for 4 years and still see a conversion off of that. So it is possible, but it's not going to happen overnight. And I cannot tell you how many businesses that I come across and they're like, well, we hired this guy. And then after like 2 months, I was just tired of spending that money. And it was like, you didn't give that enough time. Unless you were throwing $5,000 a month at ad spend, you didn't learn much with the little drip that you put on there. And I know that sounds like, well, Facebook just wants my money. No, they want your money to go far. They actually want you to succeed because then you're going to keep spending money with them month after month. And if you keep seeing a 5x ROI, you're going to be inclined to spend more money. So actually, Facebook and Google are not against you guys. They are there to help you, but it does take time for them to get the correct data points on your audience so that then it can learn how to target them more specifically going forward.
Yes, you are speaking my language. That's amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chris. This has been a lot of fun.
It's over already?
It's over already.
Oh, no.
Tell us, Chris, how people can find you.
Well, I'm on the basic socials. I'm on the Facebooks. I'm on the LinkedIn. Nothing too crazy. Facebook, I'm on Altitude Productions. LinkedIn, it's under Chris R. Lawler. And then I have a small YouTube channel for some of my work, which is still in development right now. I know. I still have stuff to work on for myself, but it does happen to even the best of us. My content always comes last, but I do have some video content out there on YouTube. You can look up Altitude Productions over there as well. And then just a shameless plug. If you guys like film, video games, and TV shows just as much as I do, I'm a screen jockey, and that's my other YouTube channel. And that's just pure entertainment. But if you want to see how I execute my content, make it look good, and tell a great story, that's a great place to check me out.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You just listened to another episode of the Succeeding Small podcast. I hope you had a pen to jot down all the actionable strategies we just shared. If not, no worries. We have every episode on our website, including transcripts, YouTube recordings, and plenty of small business resources. So visit the show notes and check out the incredible archive of content created for you and your scaling small business. We are truly invested in your success, and we'd love to hear from you. Connect with us on social to request topics you want to hear, or leave us a review wherever you listen. You're one step closer to being that small business success story.